Hello! Today is going to be a quick, I don't know if I want to call episode, segment, whatever, ADHD friendly cooking, right? I always wanted to call it like lazy girl cooking, but we all know when we get called lazy, it's really that there's other things going on, whether we're a time maximizer, so we're late to everything, or we have time blindness, so we're forgetting that we have a schedule to adhere to, or whatever it is. We tend to keep ourselves pretty gosh darn busy to ourselves, even if to the outside world it doesn't seem like it. So, real quick, it's the weekend. I am getting ready to, I've planned out my meals last week for this upcoming week. And I know that I tend to be a time maximizer. While I have a great fear of being late to anything, I do tend to spend the last possible second doing whatever task it is that needs to be done before I move on to the next one, which typically means my schedule is booked, jam-packed, literally 5 a.m. from the time I wake up all the way down until 8 p.m., 9 p.m. when I go to bed, whether that's with work, personal stuff, or little Potato Tot. He's sitting down there. 9-month-old. So, for this week, to maximize my time, because I know for my breakfast and my lunches, I'm only going to get about 15, maybe 30 minutes max to make something and scooch on to the next thing. And dinners, I will get, about 20 to 30 minutes to make a meal for our family. So real quick, I'm going to focus on just what I'm doing this week for my breakfasts and my lunches. So for most of my breakfasts this week, I'm going to be utilizing one of two meals. Either option A is going to be a smoothie. So what I like to do is, if you didn't see on one of my other platforms, my DoorDasher last week accidentally got me 7 pounds of bananas instead of 7 bananas. So I actually prepackaged some sliced bananas into bags of 50 grams weighed out, and I'm freezing them. They help me, have that frozen factor in a smoothie without having to use so much ice, because then sometimes smoothies just taste different when you have to use more ice versus actual food, if that makes sense. Maybe so. One of the second breakfasts I tend to use is ground beef, and it's a weird, some people think it's weird for breakfast. I love it because I don't like eggs, so I like to do beef, potatoes, and green beans sometimes for my breakfast meal. So I have prepackaged out 97.3 ground beef into 4-ounce bars in my freezer, so that way I can just really easily pop them onto the skillet after defrosting them. I tend to use either frozen potatoes that were diced up, or canned potatoes. I'll use a little bit of coconut oil as well as frozen green beans. Literally, both of those breakfasts I can do in 15 to 20 minutes. For my lunches, I am going to go ahead and pre-make a whole bunch of jasmine rice. I'm going to wash it really well, use my rice cooker. I'm going to probably make about 5 servings, which is 45 grams dry. And then I'm going to pre-package that out, pre-portion it out into 5 servings. So that way, when I don't like to do the big Tupperware of pre-made rice, because then I don't know, okay, is half a cup going to be 1 serving? Is a full cup? So I just go ahead and right after I make it, I portion it out into how many portions I made. As well as I also did 4 ounces of frozen chicken breast cut up. I always keep tons of different frozen veggies in my freezer, so I can just use those, grab and go. And if you're not familiar with it, but sweet potatoes, this is kind of an ugly one, but it's fine. It's fine. You can actually microwave those. And I like to do a microwaved sweet potato with chicken. Yeah, Teo says, sweet potato, chicken breast, and then avocado on top. So watch out for those meal prep with Alyssa's later this week and throughout the week. But other than that, I hope you have a great week.